Борт заправлен. Командир, оружие подвешено.
Обнаружена новая цель. 1-1-0. Удаление 15. На 0. Дистанция не меняется.
Четвертый, 140-й. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
140-й, 124-й. Обнаружена цель. 1-1-6. Удаление 70. На 0. Сближайтесь. 133-й, 124-й. Обнаружена цель. 0-1-2. Удаление 12. На 500. Дистанция не меняется.
124-й. Форд 1-1. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
1-1. 124-й. Обнаружена цель. 1-1-9. Удаление 90. На 0. Расходитесь.
Just make sure the runway's clear. Looks good. There are a bunch of people on the server, but I don't think anyone's like communicating with each other. They're just using the radio for AWACS. So. Okay, flaps are set, trim is set, everything looks good.
124-й, 136-й. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
136-й, 124-й. Обнаружена цель. 1-2-2. Удаление 120. На 0. Дистанция не меняется.
Четвертый, 140-й. 124, 133. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
133, 124. Обнаружена цель.
120 for 110.
Удаление.
So they're hanging around Sukumi, more or less. So I will head over there, pick up some altitude just for the cruise, and then probably dump it as I get close. Just for a bit more fuel economy. Not a lot, just a little. Saddled with R13 M1s, so I have no idea how useful they're going to be. Not very, I would imagine, but better than nothing. Looks like the server's starting to empty out. That's a bummer. There's quite a few people in here when I joined. But in the time it has taken me to get started up and off the ground, it looks like it's about half the population it was.
Обнаружена цель. 119. Удаление 90. На 0. Дистанция не меняется.
As the stream title probably suggests, I made a wise life choice and decided I'd stay up tonight. It's currently just gone 3 o'clock in the morning here. So my flying skills will probably not be on point, but I'll try.
Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
124. Обнаружена цель. 135. Удаление 50. На 0. Расходитесь.
Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
133. 124. Обнаружена цель. 118. Удаление 70. На 0. Дистанция не меняется.
Try and pick up a little more altitude here. And the longer I can stay feeding off this fuel tank, the better off I'll be when I actually get in combat. So, came out of burner pretty early, and I'm just holding onto the tank through the climb. It's coming up around 20,000 feet now.
131. Удаление 50. На 500. Дистанция не меняется.
So I'm going to level off here.
124. 133. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
133. 124. Обнаружена цель. 1.
Pretty much everyone's going to be below me. They're probably going to be staying on the deck.
Дистанция не меняется.
7-3 for 29. Just going to hold on to the tank for a little longer. Get a little bit closer. 29 miles is still too far out, or 29 kilometers maybe. Actually, that's a Russian AWAC, so he's probably reading to us in metric. So just hold on a little longer and then punch the tank and dive down to the deck. Just keep tabs on where this guy is. Yeah, okay, they're getting a little close for comfort. So I'll put radar into low altitude mode, punch the tank, and take her down. I'll switch the radar on the way. I don't think I was conning there, which is good news. Got a contact flashing up there, that is enemy. Just lost him though. Really put some trim on to try and level the aircraft. Okay, we just got a merge call. Can't see him.
124. 133. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
133. 124. Обнаружена цель. 112. Удаление 9. На 500. Сближайтесь.
124. 133. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
133. 124. Обнаружена цель. 155. Удаление 2. На 1000. Сближайтесь.
124. 133.
One right up my tail.
Курс на ближайшую цель.
I think, unless that was a head-on.
136. 124. Обнаружена цель. 156. Удаление.
There he is.
35 на 500. Дистанция не меняется.
Aircraft's protesting a bit after that move. I've lost sight of him. Oh no, I haven't. There he is. Try and get the nose around. Come on. It's really low there. Oh, just about had tone.
136. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
Okay, lost eyes. I'm not sure which way around he's going. I think he's gone right. Should be looping back around on my tail.
124. 133. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
So I'm going to reverse. See if I can spot him. 7-0 for 2. Oh, yep. He was right behind me. Did get me with a missile there, but we're still flying. Can't see where he went. It's probably still on my tail. Yes, he is. I see him.
500.
Ah, shit. Now we're in trouble. Come on. Come on, girl. Come on. Where's he gone? Saw him hooking left, I think, but I've... Oh, he's above me. Come on. Come on. Come on. That was satisfying. Alright. So, I appear to be missing something. And I think it's something relatively important, but the plane hasn't exploded yet, so we're going to take that as a sign from above. And hightail it on out of here. And see if we can make it back to a friendly airbase, which would probably be Sochi, without getting ourselves killed. Oh my god, I think that has got to be my most satisfying kill yet. And that is against a player. This is a PvP server. Now, I got some interesting flight characteristics to deal with here on account of about half of my left wing missing. Possibly more than half. I can't actually see it because I can't do external views here. Turns out the MiG-21 can go really fast when it's missing a significant chunk of its wings. Doing, what, 1,150 kilometers an hour on the deck and I'm not even in burner? That was stupid. That was disgusting. If I was that F5, I would be so mad about that. Has been repaired slash built. Where am I? Past Sukumi. Okay, so Gdowda should actually be just up ahead. I think that should be it there. And since that is the case, that would be the airfield to divert to instead of Sukumi. Now, I'm not entirely sure what I got here for systems. My electrics seem to be working. All my flight instruments seem to be working. I have full control over the aircraft, to what extent you can have full control when you're missing like a big chunk of your left wing. But it is responding to the controls more or less normally. So that's not going to be an issue. What's going to be an issue is I don't know if my gear's going to come down. I don't know how my landing characteristics will be affected by missing a part of the wing. I have landed with my wings missing before, but it's not really that easy to do. And that was a belly landing, and I came in very, very hot to do that. Okay, so I'm going to pop the brake there. Right, well that works. I'm going to use the emergency gear, just in case. I'm gonna trim the fuck out of this thing nose up, pop my full landing flaps, get some power on to hold speed through that turn. Not really well lined up, but it's gonna have to do. A bit more power, more power. She's really floaty, which is weird considering that you'd think you wouldn't get a whole lot of lift with wings missing, but it's going to be right on the edge of the runway, way off center line, but yep. So gear leg on that wing was gone. Probably should have bellied it. But I mean, given the circumstances, that went about as well as could be expected. So I better, if the aircraft will stop jolting me around, I better turn this shit off before it decides it's going to catch fire. And if it could stop jumping around, that would be nice. Thank you. Oh, no. Alright. Okay, well, we'll just... Not one sideways, please. There we go. Okay, so we lost a wing, but it's fine. What I'm really curious about is exactly how much my wing was missing there. I actually think I may have been doing that on one wing, and if that's the case, then I think the MiG-21's damage model might need some work. But if it was just the outboard section, then I guess it's understandable. It was trying to roll to one side a bit, but not as much as you would think for the amount of damage it took. And this was the result. I think this was from the guns. I got a Sidewinder up the tail, which didn't actually seem to do anything to the aircraft. Probably blew the top of the fin off there that you can see. But then I took a bunch of gun hits, which took the wing by the looks of it. But MiG-21 replays do work now, so I can go back on the replay and check it out later. I won't do that right now, obviously. But I would call that a moral victory. I brought the aircraft back onto the runway, even if it is missing, you know, important bits. I survived, and I managed to kill the F5 that thought he'd killed me. Yeah, I hope that they fix that. It's kind of annoying, the MiG-21. I don't know about other aircraft, but the MiG-21 certainly has a tendency to bounce around and do silly things when it's belly landed. But whatever, we will replane. So on this server, this is the DCS MiG-21 vs F5 server, by the way. On this server, you come in without gun ammo, without fuel, so you've got to fully arm up at the start. The only thing you got is countermeasures. It doesn't let you change your board number, which is weird. It doesn't let you change your skin, which is a bit more understandable. And you're very limited in terms of weapons. So for air-to-air weapons, your best bet is the R13M1, which is not a good missile. On the other hand, at least it's not the RS-2 US. So the F5s also get correspondingly shitty missiles, so it is balanced. Makes things nice and interesting. It also prevents the MiG-21 from being, like, the bringer of death if you just load up with a full loadout of R60s like you can on other servers. Because the F5 doesn't really have anything to counter the R60 at close range. Sounds like fun, Max. Have you got a like a morning lab and then an afternoon lecture or something? I always fucking hated those. It wasn't so bad when I was living right by the uni, but then when I wasn't, it became extremely inconvenient. Especially trying to schedule up with trains, and like, the trains don't run very regularly early in the morning or late in the afternoon, so it was a shit fest.
Командир, борт заправлен.
Right, so we are now supposedly refueled and rearmed. On the other hand, why is my fuel gauge showing nothing? Just let me double check. I may have fucked this up. Oh no, I think they were telling me that they were done refueling me. Never mind.
Командир,
Yeah,
оружие
there we
подвешено.
go. Cool beans. Okay, canopy's locked, flaps are set. Put the trim on now, save doing it on the taxi. I think that's pretty much everything except the gun, which I'll do once I'm in the air. So brakes off, and let's get moving. Pylons 6 and 7, they're not really pylons. So 6 is your countermeasures or your radar rockets. That's the undersides, like just behind the wings. And then pylon 7 is just a smoke generator. Really, the takeoff, like the radar rockets are only useful if you've got an extremely heavy payload, like a ground attack kind of heavy payload, and you're at a high altitude, high temperature airbase and or a short runway. Otherwise, countermeasures are the go. But even the countermeasures on this aren't enormously useful. Most of what defeats missiles is geometry anyway. Aww, my teammates have left me. It's going to be me against a pair of F5s. And the F5 has much better situational awareness than I do. Okay, so just get lined up, roughly. Double check everything is good, and then into burner. Flaps and gear are up.
«124-й, 133-й. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель».
133, 124. Обнаружена цель. 119. Удаление 110. А0. Дистанция не меняется.
So these guys are probably going to hang around Sakumi, which is just fine by me. It gives me some time to think about what I'm going to do on the way over. Just going to burn a little longer, get myself up to about 800 kilometers an hour, pull out a burner, and maybe slightly decrease my climb. Right, there we go. Just nose down a little, try and retain that energy a bit. There we go, that's about good. Okay, I'll put her into a cruise here. I could go higher, but not much point. I'll just hang around about 10,000 feet, and it'll let me build my airspeed back up as well. Just make sure that the SAU is actually activated. Yeah, it should be good. guns cocked before I forget to do that. Is there anything else in here I need to do? I might as well switch my radar to low altitude mode now because these guys are hanging out down in the weeds. So it saves me some time if I've already got that set. Got my emergency afterburner on for when I need that. Oh, looks like we're good. I'll just switch this over for when I come into land.
«124-й, 133-й, дайте курс на ближайшую цель».
133-й, 124-й. Обнаружена цель. 1, 2, 5. Удаление.
Yeah, these guys are just hanging around their own airfield.
Снижайтесь.
Oh, it's just one of them now. Oh, don't leave on me. I just want to touch you with my missiles. Let's skedaddle down there. So that next little point of land there, out the front quarter windscreen, is Sukhumi, which is where they're spawning from. Or where they're hanging around anyway. I'm gonna hydrate. I just had a cup of tea. That's close enough, right?
133-й,
129 for 60.
124-й.
Still a ways out.
1, 2, 9. Удаление. 60. А0.
I suspect he might be circling around down there, but I don't know for sure. Because the in-game AWACS is basically useless. It tells you where they are at the exact moment you ask. It doesn't tell you where they're heading or what they're doing, which, you know, a real AWACS would usually try and do. It's always better to have a player as AWACS or GCI. Just keep an eye on the scoreboard as well to make sure that this guy doesn't quit quietly and leave me on an empty server, because that wouldn't be very fun. If he does, I'll probably switch to OCG or 107 to West Coast, depending which has a better population. I just fired my gun accidentally. We'll call that a test. That wasn't a negligent discharge. I totally meant to do that. It was a test. So that's the city of Sukhumi down there, and Sukhumi Babushara Airport is on the other end of that bay.
124-й, 133-й, дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
133-й,
3-5, he's relatively close. My belly tank's just about empty, so I'm going to ditch that. I'm going to come out of recovery mode. 145 for 3-5. So I'm going to now head down this way. Radar on.
Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
133-й, 124-й. Обнаружена цель.
9 for 23.
4-9. Удаление. 23. А0. Дистанция не меняется.
It says flanking, but of course it won't tell me which way.
124-й, 133-й, дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
133-й, 124-й. Обнаружена цель. 1-5-0. Удаление. 14. А0. Дистанция не меняется.
A watch for him, he'll be right off my nose.
124-й, 133-й, дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
133-й, 124-й. Обнаружена цель.
Did I just take 5 from something?
3. Удаление. 7. А0. Расходитесь.
124-й, 133-й, дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
Oh shit! I'm right over the airfield. That's what.
133, 120.
And he's to my east, so he'll be behind me.
099. Удаление 1 на 0. Сближайтесь.
«124-й, 133-й. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель».
133, 124. Обнаружена цель.
586, he'll be on the me at the moment, like
6 на 0. Сближайтесь.
towards my tail. He is coming after me. So I'm gonna light the burners to get a little more power on. Probably should have already lit them, to be honest.
124-й, 133-й.
Can't see him falling
Дайте
in
курс на
behind me.
ближайшую цель.
133, 124. Обнаружена цель. 051. Удаление 6 на 0. Дистанция не меняется.
124-й, 133-й. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
133, 124. Обнаружена цель. 012. Удаление 5 на 0. Дистанция не меняется.
Can't see him though.
124-й,
I constantly get updates off
133-й. Дайте
AWACS
курс
if
на
I'm gonna
ближайшую
try and
цель.
find him at all.
133, 124. Обнаружена цель. 030. Удаление 9 на 0. Дистанция не меняется.
124-й,
He's probably going to try and bait me
133-й.
over the
Дайте курс на
airfield.
ближайшую цель.
I think that's what he's trying to do.
133, 124.
That's exactly what he's doing.
055. Удаление 9 на 0. Дистанция не меняется.
He's trying to get the anti-aircraft to hit me. Unless that's him on the ground, is it? No, surely not. I don't see any specs in the air though. Oh shit. It's getting a bit too accurate for my liking.
«124-й, 133-й. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель».
133,
189 for 5.
124. Обнаружена цель. 189. Удаление 5 на 0. Дистанция не меняется.
I swear he's probably still on the ground, and I'm overflying every bit of artillery they have. Oh god. And DCS just about froze on me there. At the perfect time. This guy is either orbiting the airfield or he's sitting on it. Can't tell which, to be
124-й,
honest.
133-й. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
133,
268, 413.
Обнаружена цель.
Watch. I'll point my nose 268
Удаление 13
and it'll be
на 0.
directly on the
Дистанция
runway.
не меняется.
Or the taxiway or parking area or something. Was it 268 or something? Yeah, it's down that way, and I'm not getting him on my own radar.
124-й, 133-й. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
133, 124. Обнаружена цель. 300. Удаление 10 на 0. Расходитесь.
134. 133. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
133.
776.
124. Обнаружена цель. 077. Удаление 6 на 0. Сближайтесь.
Nothing on radar.
124. 133. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
Thought the dead pixel on my monitor was him for a second. 128 for 4.
Обнаружена цель.
Yeah, he's got to be on the ground.
28. Удаление 4 на 0.
Right, fuck him.
Дистанция не меняется.
Can't see him down there though. He's still in the server. So unless this guy's flown up towards Sochi and passed me somewhere on the way, and AWACS is calling parked planes on the ground because I'm closer to them, which it logically shouldn't be able to see, I don't get it. Either he's on the ground, which is what all the directions I'm being given indicate, or he's circling around looking for me and somehow doesn't see a giant smoky triangle getting shot at by everything around his airbase. In fact, he may have spawned even at another airfield, I don't know.
124. 133. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
133.
139.
124. Обнаружена цель.
411 at 0.
Удаление 11 на 0. Расходитесь.
And that puts us straight back towards the airfield. And I'm not getting anything on radar, so even at this low of an altitude, I should be able to see him. So I'm just going to go with he isn't actually flying at the moment. And I'm going to make one more guns pass on the airfield and then fuck off home for some fuel. Oh, I'm getting lock on something, so I will just blast off that missile at whatever it was locking. Wonder if it hit anything. I think my gun is empty. Oh! Okay. Was that him or were those SAMs? They must have been SAMs, because I don't hear another jet. And that's a lesson in why you don't get greedy, by the way. I don't know. This guy is denying me any fun, because he wants to just sit around and do nothing, so I'm going to switch servers. Which is a shame, because I was really looking forward to some dogfights with F5s on here, but then everyone quit. Leave server. There aren't enough Cold War servers active at the moment, so it's a real shame to see it empty out like that right as I find one that's populated. Let's see. Let's see if the other one's up. Nope, still down. Back to Through the Inferno, I guess. Which isn't a bad thing. It's a decent mission. Server's decent, but... I think I'll join the Australian one. It's less populated, so I will have a better chance of killing stuff with the MiG-21. If I join a more populated one, there's just going to be too many hornets flying around killing everything before I can get to it. Well, it was a disappointing session in that server, but I did at least manage to get that first kill, which I'm pretty proud of. It was pretty stupid, to be honest. I don't know why he hung around like that without finishing me. Like, that's the other thing. He could have just disengaged and then waited for me to head for home, because I'm not going to be flying around with a, you know, burning, missing wing, and then shot me as I turned for home. Or he could have just, you know, left me alone and hope I'd crash, which, you know, most sensible people would. They'd either eject or they'd plow the thing into the ground trying to land it. But instead, he just hung around trying to play with me, and that let me get onto his tail and get a missile shot off. Well, 2 missile shots off. One of them went stupid, the other one tracked. Getting shot down by a MiG-21 you've managed to damage is one thing, because the MiG-21's pretty sturdy, but getting shot down by a MiG-21 you have deprived of part of his wing, or possibly all of his wing. I'll have to check the replay to see just how badly damaged it was. That's something you don't want your friends to find out. Hey, Munch. Just gotta wait for the server to load. Which is taking an unusually long amount of time this morning. There we go. Right, let's see. MiG-21. Go with that today, I think.
Перезарядка по плану. Принял.
Swap out those R3Ss for R60s.
Отказ систем. Смотри экран.
Munge! Holy shit, thank you, dude. Wow, that would make you my first sub. I might have picked a bad notification sound, because when I'm flying the MiG-29 or the Su-27, I don't actually know if it's the aircraft telling me that, or if it's a notification. Although, you don't usually get that message. That's for when some random, like, auxiliary system fails. It's not one of the important ones. Thank you, comrade. I actually got gifted a sub yesterday, which was really nice. In Gitowid's channel. I think I've gifted like 10 or 11 in Anita's now, so spreading the love. Put those on that. Get our power going. I don't even remember what those two do. I think one of them's the course indicator and the other one's one of the other nav instruments. I just know they have to be on. Like, I can read most of the labels, I just don't bother. I know what needs to be on and what doesn't. Okay. Probably should have set the flaps in the RSBN while I was over that side, but that's alright. Okay, that is the arc set. I'll turn the volume way down so it doesn't annoy me. Oops. Turn the volume up on the SPO. Okay, that should be everything, I think. Just close the lid, reset my track IR because it keeps moving. Which is kind of a side effect of being held together by blue tack. Pop that in. There's probably going to be nobody on any frequency, let alone ATC, because there's only 3 people in the server, but I'll put out my calls anyway because it's good practice. Secure traffic, Circus 14 taxis, runway 124 and eastern departure. Secure me. The other nice thing is these guys are both in Sukhois, so I don't have to worry about getting locked and fucked by a supposedly friendly Hornet. One less thing to worry about. Although it is fun watching the F10 map while you're rearming on the ground or, you know, in a cruising flight and just watching the Hornets firing little spam ram dots at each other. It's hilarious. Oh, it's raining. Oh. Sun shower. Alright. Get a bit of external view going on. Making Tito proud today. As I veer off the center line. So I'll go after that TU-142, well, pair of TU-142s, because SU-33s are a bit too much for me to handle. They're honestly a bit too much for me to handle in an SU-33, let alone in a MiG-21. So we'll leave that for the big boys. We'll go for the bombers for now, and then any MiG-21s or F-5s or even F-16As that appear, we'll go after them. MiG-23s are kind of so-so. If I can get them within visual range, I'm good. But BVR, they just smoke me with their missiles, and they're quite difficult to avoid because my radar warning receiver is a useless piece of shit that exists pretty much just to make noise and flashing lights and not actually tell me anything. Okay, I'm pretty sure no one's going to be on the runway, so we'll just call rolling. Flaps are set. I'll just set my trim now on the way in. There we go. Sukumi traffic, Circus 14 rolls, runway 124 east departure Sukumi. Flip the little protector cap on the gear so I can pull that up right away. And into burner. Oh, I forgot to turn my lights on. I'll do that in a minute. I usually have the instrument lights on, just the dim setting, like halfway, just in case I fly into a cloud or a shadow gets cast across the instrument panel or something like that. Gear and flaps are up. Sukumi traffic, Circus 14 clear, all runways departing on a heading of 060 and climbing to about 15,000 feet. Sukumi. Should have said checking out as well, but whatever. No one cares. Okay, I'll stay in burner just a little bit longer, get up to about 900 k's an hour, and then continue to climb.
140 at 25,000.
Neutral out the trim as well, so I'm not climbing too steeply. Out of burner. Try and hold her in about, probably not this much of a climb, probably about here actually. So we can hold our airspeed a little better at this angle. Those bombers are still quite a ways out, so it gives me time to get up to altitude. Before I forget, I will cock the gun. I am flying this thing hands off, so I have got it mostly trimmed. It's just dipping the nose a little. So add a bit more. For anyone who is really looking forwards to the F-14, get used to trimming, because you'll be doing it constantly in the Tomcat. Every time you change airspeed, every time you go into or come out of burner, takeoff, landing, cruising flight, every time the wings sweep, which they will do automatically, you need to change your trim. So you really got to be on top of that shit. You got to learn to fly with the trim hat, which if you want to get really good at it, you want to fly the older Soviet aircraft. So MiG-21, MiG-29 and Su-27 as well. Actually, the Su-27 is really good for learning to fly trim. The MiG-21 though exhibits a few more little quirks that the Tomcat also shares. So one of the things the Tomcat will do in a high angle of attack maneuver is it'll start rocking its wings. The MiG-21 does the same thing. So basically, if you want to get good at flying an older aircraft, which the F-14 is, fly other older aircraft. You will not get good at flying the Tomcat by flying a Hornet with span rams. Starting to lose airspeed up here as we go into the thinner air. So I'll steady out the climb a bit. These guys are still quite a ways out, so we can afford to back off the rate of climb. And besides which, the radar works better when I'm underneath them, so I don't want to get too high up. In fact, I'm sitting around 20,000 feet right now, so that's about good. Just trim the aircraft a tad more and hit the SAU recovery. So this is the quick and easy way of getting the MiG-21 into cruising flight, is just hold the SAU until it goes into recovery mode, and then you're good. The aircraft will fly itself. And this is one of my issues with the Flaming Cliffs 3, MiG-29 and the Su-27, and presumably 33, which I haven't flown yet, is the SAU doesn't work properly in those. It's got like some generic autopilot system which doesn't seem to do any of the things it should, or at least doesn't do them the way I expect it to in a Soviet aircraft. So the big black button there is the SAU recovery, and the red one is the cancel. So pretty much no matter what maneuver you put the aircraft into, as long as you have enough altitude and you hit this black button, it should automatically recover itself to straight and level. And you can use that as a quick sort of, a quick path and attitude hold, or altitude hold, autopilot, basically. Because the aircraft will level itself on its current heading and remain level until you tell it otherwise. So I'll get those instrument lights on. There we go. And we got our first contact left of the nose, and then a con right of the nose as well. So the left one is closest, so we'll go for him. Break the recovery mode. I've got my radar missiles selected already. Still got some fuel in the belly tank, so I'm not going to get rid of it just yet. Okay, we will lock him as soon as he is in the range gate. There we go. So he's locked. I'm going to get in quite close because I've had trouble with the R3R the last few times I've used it. Transcode is based on demand, so if there's a lot of partners streaming at the moment, they get priority over affiliates. That could be why. So I'm going to get really close. It's kind of a bad angle for the R3R, but we'll try it anyway. I do fire them in salvos, as was standard Soviet practice. Just in case. Okay, we've hit him. And it looks like he might be going down. In fact, I think I might have just seen a shoot. Yeah, I don't think he's going to recover from that. Okay, I'm going to burn back up to altitude and go for the second guy. You can see him just coming onto the radar screen to the left there. I'm going to watch for an explosion too to make sure he did actually bag that first bomber. I'm pretty sure he will go down. Yep, he's disappeared off the EWRS, so I think he's dead. And yes, that is Max.
100, focus, bra, 260, for 150 at 15,000 knots.
Okay, so I've still got two R3Rs left, but or not R3Rs, sorry, R60Ms, but I don't want to use the R60Ms on this guy. It would be a bit of a waste.
100,
So we're going to go into guns mode. I'll save the R60s for a fighter.
100, focus, bra, 262, for 150
Come out of burner and drop the belly tank, which is now empty. We've got toned, but we're not using the missiles. We're going in guns for this. Set his wingspan to 50 meters. That's set. Bit more burner to get close.
150 at 13,000 knots.
We're still locked. So the radar should compensate automatically for range. Okay, out of burner, off power. Gotta be careful here I don't negative G the engine. Whoa, way off there. Got a hit there on one engine. Not enough to down him though. That sure was. Okay, radar can go back to standby.
100, focus, bra, 263,
And sight can go back to missile mode.
40 at 24,000 knots.
Got a pair of MiG-21s, 024 for 41.
Focus, bra, 264.
That is where we're headed.
140 at 19,000 knots.
And we've managed to get both of those bombers. 034 now. Losing a bit of altitude through that turn. It's not a very well balanced one. Okay, we want to head more or less this way. They're still about double my radar's maximum detection range, so there's no point turning it on until we're closer. Just try and trim the aircraft for level flight at this speed. And it looks like I'm more or less there. Just a very slight descent.
100. Focus. Bra 303.
Okay, they're gradually tracking further east. They're actually heading dead south, so I should say they're tracking further to my right.
Focus. Bra 302. Fort 110 at 30.
And they're closing pretty fast now I check.
100. Focus.
They're only doing 200 knots, which is not actually that fast, but
30,000 flanking.
the closing speed is making up the difference. I need to also reset my wingspan because the MiG-21 does not have a 50-meter wingspan. Definitely doesn't. I don't want that set wrong when I run into them, just in case I do have to go guns. Okay, 042 for 22, so they will be coming onto the radar very soon. They're both above me, both tracking almost directly south. So we will see cons. They are at con height, I think. Pretty sure they are. Am I conning? No, I'm not. There's the first one. And yep, they are at con height because there he is. Nice big white streak. They're both quite close to each other there, right on top of each other on the radar. And it looks like one of them's engaging. Contrail just dipped all of a sudden. Not sure. I will try and take out the trailing aircraft with my R60s if I can, and then go for guns on the leader, I think. Just confirm my belly tank's gone, I'm in the correct missile mode, I'm on the correct pylons. Please don't freeze DCS, thank you. Just going to stay out of burner for now. I'm not actually sure if they've noticed me. The trailing man had a bit of a dip in his flight there, but that might just be DCS jankiness. Okay, the R60M is all aspect, but it will have the best chance to hit if we sweep in from behind. And get nice and close. Flight leader just dropped flares, so he is aware of my presence. Launch now. That's a splash. Okay, gyro on cage into the gun sight mode, and we'll try and sweep in behind this guy. And I've got to try and keep him in visual, because once I lose visual, I'm in deep shit.
100. Focus. Bra 263 for 120 at 18,000 flanking.
Now, there's every chance he'll fly himself into the mountains. The DCS AI is kind of stupid when it comes to mountainous terrain.
100. Focus.
It might happen here, in fact. Oh, he's going to clear that.
12,000 cold.
So we want to... Oh, he's going to go over the top.
Bra 263 for 100.
Behind my canopy frame, which makes things difficult. Missed. Oh, do not do this to me. Let's go down. There we are.
At 17,000 cold.
She almost departed on me there. Okay.
100. Focus.
And now my track IR is playing up.
3 for 110 at 1,500 knots.
I'm going to try and regain some speed. She's really struggling against me here. high angle of attack,
264, 4100 at
which the aircraft
17,000
really does not like.
100.
Where's it gone?
Focus. Bra 263, 4110
Shit.
at
I've lost him.
15,000 knots.
I think.
100. Focus. Bra 264, 4100 at 15,000 knots.
Yep.
Focus
Lost vision.
100. Request bogey dope.
100. Focus. Bra 264,
And AWACS can't see him.
at 18,000 knots.
He sure sees me. Okay, radar low altitude mode, although it's not going to help much in the mountains. And we just took a hit.
100. Focus.
Shit.
Bra 264, 490 at 24,000 knots.
AWACS still doesn't see him. Nor do I.
Focus 100. Request bogey dope.
100. Focus. Bra 10541 at 13,000 flanking.
One 171. Oh shit, I had him on the radar. Left of my nose. There we are. So he's off my nose, above me. There he is, I see him. Very faint speck. Don't worry about that, it's fine. Didn't want that wing anyways. How am I on fuel? Not good. I'm in emergency burner as well, which isn't helping that situation, but let's see if we can bag this guy. Out of burner. Force the nose down. This might kill the engine. Oh shit, I'm overhauling him way too fast. Fuck. Let's go around.
100. Focus. Bra 127.
He looks like he's trying to disengage. He's just flying straight and level. Alrighty then, if you insist. I'll come around for a second pop.
126, 490 at 19,000
Lost in visual.
flanking.
The nice thing is, because he's also a MiG-21, he's nice and smoky. If I can just regain visual on him.
Focus 100. Request bogey dope.
490 at
If he's still here.
flanking.
I think that aircraft in this mission actually despawn.
Focus. Bra 30.
No, he hasn't. 210 for 2 miles.
5,000 knots. 100. Focus. Bra 269, 480 at 19,000 flanking. 100. Focus. Bra 273, 490 at 13,000 knots.
Focus 100. Request bogey
Look
dope.
for smoke.
100. Focus. Bra 275,
See him.
470 at 13,000.
And I'm getting really bad clutter now from both the weather and the mountains. Probably behind me somewhere. 085. Of course, I'm real easy to see what with the, fire and smoke and everything. There he is, left of the nose.
Focus. Bra 120, 480 at 19,000 knots.
Lost him on radar, but he will be around here somewhere.
100. Focus. Pop-up group 277, 480 at 5,000 flanking. 100. Focus. Bra 306, 4110 at 38,000 flanking.
223.
100. Focus.
2.5.
Bra 304 for 100 at 24,000.
I'm starting to get really on fuel now.
100. Focus. Bra 122 470 at 19,000 knots. 100. Focus. Bra 121 470 at 19,000 knots.
Thought I saw smoke there for a minute.
Focus. Pop-up group 2D2 490 at 3,000.
5-4 for 1 mile. Try and bleed some speed so I can find him. AWAC still isn't going to see him because we're in the mountains.
Request bogey dope.
100. Focus. Bra 2D2
Yeah, no
480 at 7,000 knots.
If I can't find him soon, I'm going to have to RTB anyway. Because my fuel state is not good, and you know, having a wing that's on fire is not really good for you. .099, 5.2 miles. Is he actually trying to fight me? Like, what the fuck is going on? Although he might cross back into Con Heights soon, and then I'll have no trouble seeing him. 099, 5.2. If I can just get him on the radar, that will be an enormous help. Because then I can use that to guide me in. Of course, if I hadn't been overspeeding on that last pass, there he is. Right at the nose, just bring it around a little more and we should have him. As long as he doesn't fade in the ground clutter. There we are.
100. Focus. Bra 112 460 at 20,000 knots. 100. Focus. Bra 110 460 at 20,000 knots.
Fuel state not looking so good. Up here. So what I'm doing is I'm using the radar to guide me onto him. The radar, when it's locked on something, acts as like a tail chase indicator. So you can use it to vector you on for either heaters or a guns pass. I've got to throttle way back because I'm overhauling him.
100. Focus.
It's on the other side of this cloud. In fact, he's in the cloud. So if I can avoid overshooting him again,
Focus. Bra 102
and pop him once I've got good visibility,
1,000 flanking.
which I should have here in a second. There we go, there he is.
100. Focus. Bra 103 450 at 20,000 knots.
Could go into burner to catch him faster, but I really don't have the fuel for it. As it is, I'm probably not going to make it home.
35941 at 22,000 cold.
Actually, you know what? Fuck it.
100. Focus. Bra 102 450.
It's fine. We can glide.
21,000 flanking.
We'll try to anyway.
100.
Okay, I should be
Focus.
overhauling him at a good
Bra
speed now.
099 450 at 21,000 flanking.
Ah, just tagged him with our last bullet.
Focus. Bra 101 450 at 22,000 flanking.
Yep, gun's empty.
100. Focus. Bra 100 450 at 22,000
Radar off.
knots.
Now I gotta figure out where I am. Okay. Oh god, where am I? I don't know. Did they get rid of being able to see yourself on the F10 map now or something? I don't think so. Maybe it's because my aircraft has been technically shot down, who knows.
Request bogey dope.
I think I should be near Kutaisi here, or Sanaki. So I gotta look for a runway. Sanaki, I think, is over here somewhere. Might be under me. Hello, yes please, I would like an airfield. Well, I can use this. Okay, I am... Let's see. I can't see on there, but I'm not near enough to Kutaisi, but I'm pretty sure I'm near Sanaki. Just quickly tab in here. So I'm over in this area. So Sanaki, oh shit, is way to my south. Sukumi is probably closer, but that is quite a long way away. We'll head for Sanaki and hope for the best, but I am quite low on fuel. Cage that back up because it's distracting me as it swerves around. And then hang on. Is my radio stuffed? Yeah, I think my radio is broken. All sorts of fun things happening here. What's that? Fuel pumps. Worrying. Put the emergency inverter on just in case. I don't think that's going to help my situation here. Yep, there we go. There we go, she's empty. Okay. I'm still nowhere near where I need to be to land at Sanaki. I mean, I'm quite confident in my ability to belly land this thing out in the middle of a field somewhere. I'm just trying to figure out if there's any appropriately flat fields or nice long straight roads that won't have much traffic on them. Okay, the land is a little flatter out this way, and there's less trees, so that's where we're going to head. I'm going to keep my speed up, so around 400. I'm not going to use flaps yet. I'm going to wait until I'm down lower, and I'm sure I'm going to make it past this tree line. I am going to pop the nose wheel, just because that's what you're supposed to do for an emergency wheels up landing. Okay. I might just clear this tree line. And this is going to be flapless. Little hard, but not too bad. Didn't even rip my wings off. Interesting. So my air brakes didn't undeploy after the last time I used them, which would explain a few things. So I was missing the tip of one wing, it looks like, and an aileron. But I still had basically normal control over my aircraft, which is nice. This little thing is so solidly built. Like, beginning to suspect the damage model is seriously bugged out, kind of solid. Easy. Oh, didn't work. Got to switch and then switch back, I guess. There we are.
Перезарядка по плану. Принял. Командир, оружие подвешено.
Okay, flaps are set. Trim is set. And everything else looks good. Sukumi traffic, circus 14 taxis, runway 124, southeast departure, Sukumi. Oh god, they're all Su-27s. No please. No please. Oh no. Even if I was in an Su-27, that would be scary. One Su-27 is scary. Oh dear. I don't think I can deal with them. I'm just going to have to run and hope something else pops in that I can actually engage. I mean, I could try and engage them, but they'll kill me before I even see them. Like, they have really good BVR capability and R-27s out the wazoo, and I'm, like... My best missile is also very underpowered, undersized. The R-60 is a tiny missile. It takes 2 of them to kill a fighter, usually. It has, like, an 8-kilometer range, and those guys can kill me from about 100. They're already locking me, and I'm not even off the ground yet. They're also faster than me. So I think the best I can hope for is to try and bait them south over our air defense. Or hope that these other 2 guys deal with them. And I have this sinking feeling they won't. Sakumi Traffic Circus 14, rolling runway 124, southeast departure, Sakumi. Let's try and get this off lined up a little better. There we go. Oh god, there's Su-33s now as well. I'm just gonna run like hell and hope for the best. I should probably stay low as well, actually. And into emergency burner. I just need to get the fuck out of here. And watch for white streaks on my rear vision mirror. I also like how it considers a MiG-23 an easy threat. It's BVR capable and I'm not. You know what, I think I'm going to have to turn around and engage these guys. So, here we go. My radar's not even warmed up yet, so I don't think this is going to end well for me at all. But if I can at least bait them into the engagement range of the air defences at Sakumi, then I might maybe be able to get away with it.
Focus, Bra, 357, 430 at 12,000 gold.
They're not locking me anymore, but that isn't necessarily a good thing.
100.
On the other hand, they're flying north.
356, 430.
Well, northwest.
11,000.
So it is possible they're being engaged by somebody else, in which case, thank God.
100. Focus, Bra, 257, 160 at 17,000 hot.
Okay, there I am.
Focus, Bra, 257, 160 at 17,000 hot.
Where the fuck are my teammates? There's supposed to be two other guys in here. Where are they?
100. Focus, Bra, 212, 100 at 25,000 hot.
It's not them.
100. Focus, Bra, 211, 100 at 25,000 hot.
Can't see them. Maybe they haven't spawned in or something.
100. Focus, Bra, 257, 160 at 10,000 hot. 100. Focus, Bra, 202, 110 at 35,000.
Radar's still not warmed up, which is not good news. Okay, so I think both those 27s got splashed somehow, which is good.
110 at 30,000 hot.
So I'm gonna pick up some altitude.
100. Focus, Bra,
Not too much, just a little.
110 at
And switch
20,000
back to standby. And although they're still extremely dangerous for me, because they are BVR capable, I'm probably going to go for the MiG-23s if I can slip past that Su-33.
100. Focus, Bra, 206, 490 at 22,000 flanking.
On the other hand, 206 for 90. I wonder what that might be. Because he's not coming up on the EWRS. We'll go for the MiG-23s.
100. Focus, Bra, 020 for 120 at 30,000 flanking.
There we go. It's a pair of MiG-21s to the south, so I'll take them. They're a better target for me. I'm going to be a little lower on fuel than I'd like by the time I engage them.
Bra 330, Fort 100 at 14,000, flanking.
Because I'm going to have to drop my bag here in a minute. It's just about to empty out.
Focus. Bra 330, Fort 100 at 18,000 knots.
Looks like there's a MiG-23 with them as well, or just past them. So that could make things difficult. Make things very difficult, actually.
Focus. Bra 019, Fort 110 at 30,000 knots. 100. Focus. Bra 201, Fort 90 at 35,000 knots. 100.
Quite a bit higher than me.
Bra 203, Fort 90.
Belly tank's empty, so we'll get rid of that.
Knots.
And try and hold a steady climb. Still quite far out.
100. Focus. Bra 079, Fort 90 at 17,000, flanking. Focus. Bra 198, 450 at 35,000 knots. Focus. Bra 199, 450 at 30,000 knots.
Miles to the nearest. Still got some altitude to pick up.
Focus. Bra 193, 450 at 28,000 knots. 100. Focus. Bra 195, 435 at 29,000 knots. 100.
30 miles. I'm going to flick the radar on now. He'll still be outside my range, but he's getting pretty close.
7,000 knots.
I'll leave it in medium altitude mode just in case he dives for the sea.
Focus. Bra 260.
It'll make me suffer a little less
35,000 knots.
reflection off the water. Just a little.
100.
And I'm going to try and trim the aircraft for level flight here.
At 35,000 knots. 100. Focus. Bra 270, Fort 100 at 35,000 knots. 100. Focus. Bra.
Focus. Uzi 1-1. Request bogey dope.
Uzi 1-1. Focus.
Don't see any cons yet.
43,
19 miles.
At 38,000 5,000 hot.
And bearing 225.
Focus, bra, 226, 450 at 25,000 hot.
Still no cons.
100, focus, bra,
And I'm
231,
locked.
445 at
That'll
35,000
probably be one of the MiG-23s. So
100, focus,
that will be an issue.
223, 420
And now the 21s are heading north. So that's something off on nose, probably one of the 21s. The 23s are getting quite close. So I'm going to go into burner, so we've got a little more speed to play with here. There's a con. Another enemy off the right side. So I'm going to try and get into a firing position on this guy as quickly as possible. That's a missile at me, I think. Yes, it was. Not quick enough. I tried, but I was not quick enough.
Focus, bra, 333, 490 at 28,000.
Dodging missiles is not my strong suit, unfortunately. But let's see if we can get the nose onto this guy for a heater shot. I don't think it's going to work. I think the missiles are dead.
Focus, bra, 333,
Because he's right there on the nose.
Uzi 1-1. Request bogey dope.
But I'm not getting tone.
Uzi 1-1. Focus, bra, 221, 430 at
Can't lock him.
35,000. Flanking.
And I don't think I'm going to be able to get this baby back to land either, so it's time to punch out. So that's what happens when you engage MiG-23s in a MiG-21. They just outrange you, there's not really much you can do about it, and because your radar warning receiver is so primitive, unless you can visually acquire the missile and kind of predict where it's going to go, which I am hopeless at the moment, you don't really have much chance of avoiding it. Like, I thought I might have got away from that one, and I wasn't even 100% sure it was a missile. I thought it could have been a contrail for a while there. But, yeah, even once you think, oh, I got away from it, a lot of the time you haven't. So, kind of the expected outcome. If those were just MiG-21s, I would have been fine. Because MiG-21s I can just get into close range with and deal with in a dogfight all day. They have the same issues I do. Crappy missiles, short range. The only good missiles they have are the same as me. They're underpowered. And if they hit me with one of those, it won't down me. Whereas the MiG-23 has BVR missiles that can kill me from way outside my range and can pretty much one-hit me because they're much larger. So I'm going to swap aircraft. I think I'm going to do one more flight for now because I'm getting... Oop, that's not what I intended to do at all. I'm going to do one more flight for now because I'm getting kind of dozy and I don't fly well when I'm tired. So we'll swap to the 27. And that should change things up quite a bit. The biggest threat to an Su-27 is another Su-27. Or, if it gets close enough, a MiG-29. I mean, the MiG-29 and Su-27 are very similar in terms of capability. It's just that the 27 has longer range and a data link and carries more missiles.
Перезарядка по плану. Прием.
Unfortunately, this isn't a full fidelity aircraft,
Uzi 1-1. Request bogey dope.
so I can't do the clicky thing.
2,000 hot.
But that's okay. We can live with that. So, once the ground crew are done rearming me, which they should be, just check. Yep, looks like I'm rearmed.
Командир, оружие подвешено.
Yep, there we go. Turn nose wheel steering on. Start the left engine and close the lid. So here I have an actually useful radar warning receiver. It's telling me that there's a threat off my front left, well, now gone. The primary threat is an airborne threat off my tail to the left. And it's relatively close because the signal's quite strong. It's also picking up medium-range SAMs somewhere. Oh, airborne threat's gone. So it now thinks the most dangerous thing is a medium-range SAM about 90 degrees somewhere around.
Focus, Bra 309, 450.
Which is very close, but I think
flanking.
that's one of our own SAM's search radars that it's picking up.
Focus, Bra 308, 450.
Start right engine now.
12,000 hot. 105, focus, Bra 248, 470 at 16,000 cold.
Okay, we're the only ones on the ground here, so I probably won't even bother putting out radio calls at this point. F-18's up there, and the other F-18's down there, so they're not really anywhere near us. Shouldn't be getting in each other's way.
Уклад. Разрешаю руление на полосу 1-2.
Got a bomber 20 miles to the northeast, and then those two MiG-23s are still hanging around as well, plus Su-27s now. It's getting pretty exciting. Probably deal with the bomber first, since he is the closest, and he will be to my east, so pretty much immediately left as I come off the runway. Then turn for the MiG-23s, assuming the Hornets don't kill them, and then I'll start looking at heading out for that Su-27, just coming in over the water. Be careful here not to corner too fast and scrape my wing, because that would not be good. Nobody coming in on approach from that end, nobody on that end.
105. Взлет запрещаю.
I will drop my flaps,
105.
touch the back trim.
Уклад. Взлет по готовности. Отход по схеме на 300 подавление. 758,8.
So I'm going to try and lock my nose wheel and hope it doesn't do that. Yeah.
245, 445 at 7,000 flanking.
The nose wheel steering seems really bugged. There we go. I think that's going to be more or less straight. No, it's not. Yep, nose wheel steering's bugged. So locking it even when your nose wheel is straight will make you veer off the runway.
245, 445 at 500 flanking.
So I'm just not going to use it.
105, focus, Bra 267, 440 at 4,500 flanking.
Okay, into BVR mode, radar on. 082, he is really close.
Пуск разрешен.
That's him. Looks like the air defenses are already all over him.
105, focus, Bra
Not sure if there's
314,
much point in me
470
engaging.
at 11,000
We'll
flanking.
see.
105, focus.
Yeah, he's been
Group
splashed.
094, 43
Okay, so
at
269.
1,500 flanking.
for those MiG-23s.
105, focus, pop-up group 270, 440 at 1000 hot. 105, focus, pop-up group 289, 450 at 500 cold. 105, focus, bra 066, 450 at 26,000 hot.
Trim the aircraft out because it wants to
105,
climb.
focus, bra 315, 460 at 11,000 hot. 105, focus, bra 208, 480 at 25,000 hot.
Okay, I can just see them on the edge of my data link there.
105, focus, bra 206, 480 at 21,000 flanking. 105, focus, bra 213, 120 at 30,000 hot. 105,
One off my
focus,
nose. Got him locked. The other one's coming in slightly behind and to the left.
105, focus, bra 273, 440 at 12,000 hot.
Gonna wait until I'm relatively close before I fire.
105, focus,
Just to make sure the missile still has energy when it gets to him.
445
In
at
case it tries to evade it.
3,500 flanking.
Пуск разрешен.
Okay, fire here.
Focus, bra 297, 440 at 14,000 hot. 105, focus.
Looks like that might have been a splash. That one's further out. There we go. One splashed. Getting locked by one of the
Пуск
others.
разрешен.
105,
Gonna go into
focus,
burner.
pop-up group 299,
Oh shit, I got baddies all over me.
1,000 flanking.
Right, so we'll pop one at him.
105,
Then we'll
focus,
unlock him.
pop-up group 269,
Go for the guy behind.
47 at 2,500 hot.
Fire one at him. We'll try and make him go defensive.
105, focus, merged.
Lost track on him.
Ракета впереди выше. Ракета впереди ниже.
Took a hit there,
Пуск разрешен.
but I think we're okay. Didn't react quick enough to that missile. Oh. Yeah. That was not a good spot to be in. Guys all over me. So there you go, not even a flanker can deal with that many aircraft at once, at least not if it's being flown by someone like me. Bagged 4 aircraft, all in the MiG-21. I think that's going to be it for me tonight. Getting a bit dozy. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and if you are into watching Soviet aircraft in DCS instead of more Hornets and F-15s, then that's a lot of what happens here. Anyway, I will just see if I can pass you along to somebody now, see who's online. I think, just a moment here. Bear with me, I'm trying to operate about 5 different things at once. I think I'll send you guys over to Bullet, who also plays DCS, and is probably quite a bit better at it than I am, so you might learn a few things watching him.